Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP and the $10 million rejected order. We're also going to be looking at DJT, which have just released an 8K and they are asking for the blue sheet. So very, very strong parallels again with MMTLP. So we'll have a look at the letter and the 8K for that shortly. And we're also going to be looking at MMAT Meta Materials, where George is now asking for reinstatement. So huge news there. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the markets. So we can see here from CNBC, the stocks are flat as the Dow Jones approaches 40,000. I believe it may have just crossed 40,000 at time of editing, but let's now have a look at investing.com, which have just sharing breaking news in terms of the US jobless claims, and they are up 222,000 compared to the estimated 219,000, and the previous figure was 232,000. So overall it is a decline, which is positive. So if we look at the fear and greed index, right now there is greed in the market. People are buying, especially with what we saw in the previous video where we covered AMC and GME, which I think I did predict that there would be a sell-off. And obviously in terms of the run-up, we also in the previous video looked at the significant cost to the short sellers of that. Let's now start by having a look at the news with regard to the former CEO of Meta Materials, George Pagliacaros, and what Meta News have posted with regard to the former CEO. He has now filed a complaint to have his position reinstated. So he is seeking either reinstatement or alternatively he's also seeking damages in lieu of reinstatement. So if we have a look at the complaint here on the left hand side, it states here that this complaint was made on April the 12th 2024, and it was filed in Nova Scotia and Labour Standards Division against the company by George Pagliacaros, who was obviously, as we know, the previous CEO, and he is now looking to claim under section 21 of the Labour Standards Code and seeking obviously either reinstatement, so in other words he wants his job back, or he's seeking financial damages, and the case is currently pending. So we'll be having a look at this. So obviously things are not rosy right now with regard to George and Meta Materials, and I think the company are also struggling right now with their relationship, especially with the shareholders. So in terms of how this plays out, we will be keeping an eye on it. Let's now have a look at details of the 8K and the new letter from DJT issued to Congress again. So what Johnny Tobacco has posted with regard to this letter that also is asking information from FINRA, again with strong parallels with MMTLP, and he states here, blue sheets, DJT opens the can of worms and give us the blue sheet. So again, it looks like they are tagging along with the campaign from MMTLP, also asking for the blue sheets. And what Johnny has added in here is statement from that letter where it states here from Devin Nunes, he encourages FINRA to issue the electronic blue sheets request pertaining to April the 29th, April the 30th, May the 1st to firms that facilitate short sales, including but not limited to the following. So we can see there the significant number of firms. These include Citadel, Virtue, Jane Street Capital, Apex, and a number of others. So let's go and have a look at the filing. So if we go to the Edgar search results on the SEC page here, we can see details there of a 10Q and also an 8Q. So if we go ahead and now have a look at the details of this 8Q, we can see here that this was issued by Trump Media and Technology Group, but the highlighted section at the bottom is confirmation from Devin Nunes dated May the 15th 2024 that on May the 15th the company sent a letter addressed to each of the chairmen of the US House of Representatives, Committee on the Judiciary, Committee on Financial Services, Committee on the Ways and Means, and Committee on the Oversight and Reform, and the third congressional letter to follow the previously disclosed letters from April the 23rd and May the 1st addressed to the same. So in my opinion, I don't think they are getting positive responses so far, but certainly looks like DJT are not giving up, and now they're saying that the third letter is asking for the chairman to encourage FINRA, i.e. The self-regulatory organisation that we're aware of, to issue to firms that facilitate short shares electronic blue sheet data. Let's now have a look at the letter dated 15th of May 2024 from Devin Nunes, and we can see here again he's addressed it to the Honourable Jim Jordan, Patrick McHenry of the Committee of Financial Services, and he is the chairman. He's also addressed it to Jason Smith and also to James Conner, who was the chairman on the Committee on Oversight and Reform. So he's followed up on this letter, confirming that the previous two letters were also sent, and he's reminding them that, as you know, the SEC guidance clearly states that the only way to establish reasonable grounds for short sales and the threshold securities like DJT is if the broker-dealers and broker-dealers may not reapply and locate for the intraday to cover short trades. And the SEC guidance also provides that bona fide market makers do not include activity that is related to speculative selling strategies. So again, the implication here is, despite this guidance, that TMTG stock, which is DJT, ticker symbol, has appeared continuously since April the 2nd on the NASDAQ SHO threshold list, and from persistent failures to deliver. So in other words, highlighted in red, I've stated here that they are indicating here the presence of illegal naked short selling of a security. So surprise, surprise, very strong parallels and similar accusations with MMTLP here in this letter. And he's stating here that the anomalies relating to the trading of DJT have become chronic and alarming to the company, and the volume of the shares traded have been short, leading to an astonishing number of failed to delivers. And recently published data from the SEC has indicated that the failed to delivers exceeded 1 million on 11 separate trading days, and also with a peak of 2.3 million on April the 29th alone, 2024. So a huge statement there. And second part of the letter, again, as we saw previously in the post, also encouraging FINRA to issue the blue sheet data to firms that facilitate short sales, including, we can see there, Citadel, Virtue, Jane Street Capital, Apex Clearing, amongst many others. And EBS requests should shed light on the potential violations of regulation SHO. And he also states here with regard to FINRA, and FINRA data including, he's looking for FINRA data including short interest data from the DTCC information, including daily position reports. And he's also looking from the DTCC member firms reflecting the total shares short since February the 14th, 2024. So I see no reason why this information should not be clearly available to the public and also to the companies involved. And he states here, I remain convinced that a robust inquiry is needed to protect shareholders. Signed sincerely, Devin Nunes. And I think Congres have now had the third letter, but so far it does not appear that any response has been made public, and that is if there has been a response. Let's now get a reaction from Timeless Tim, who's tagged in Devin Nunes and also Johnny Tobacco, and he states here he totally agrees. Let's see the blue sheet data not only for DJT but also for MMTLP. And what he's posted here is that several of the firms listed below, shown on the FINRA OTC non-ATS transparency monthly data, seem to be the same. So obviously we've got Canaccord Securities, we've got Citadel, Virtue Americas, amongst others. And he states here, obviously, in the FINRA OTC non-ATS transparency monthly data for the entire MMTLP trading cycle from October 2021 to December 2022 included nearly all of these market makers. So what he also goes on to say with regards to the $10 million order that was rejected here, he states again, in terms of understanding the big problem, understanding why his $10 million too late to cancel sell order was instructed to be rejected during the morning of the U3 halt. The ultimate halt was used to help out the ultimate shorts. So if we have a look at the help center here and the instructions under too late to cancel, the request to cancel is received and the order is no longer able to be cancelled. So in other words, without the U3 halt, what we are basically saying is that Tim would have been at least $10 million richer, and that was just on one of his orders. So he states there, given the U3 honours the biggest 3 institutions involved for so many years include the same actors. So what we can finally going to finish off with there is a new campaign from Henry. So shout out to Hollywood Henry, and who states in the video, address your questions and comments about the new letter campaign, the power of collective activism, and how the email calls and meeting will push us hopefully closer to our goal. So we have had a little bit of an input from DJT and their letter to Congress. So it is basically following on from what we did. So now he's sharing a video here and information about joining the 4th letter campaign to continue with the fight. So if you would like to get live reactions, and as well as DD and access to our daily stock alerts, as well as our weekly watch list, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.